Well, first things first, I want to say thank you for subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it. Also, big thanks to Rob from the Random Rob channel for mentioning my fledgling channel here. And then lastly, I'm trying out a new setup here. I have more of an overhead view. So today I'd like to talk about this is the HKED version of the 1963 Seagull Chronograph. Wore this watch all week, and I can say I appreciate wearing watches now for a week at a time. Normally I would just wear this watch during the week at work, and then on the weekends I'd throw on my SKX. And actually next week I decided I'm going to be wearing the SKX all week. I have a reason for that, and I'll talk about that sometime next week. So anyway, back to the Seagull, or the HKED version of the 1963 chronograph. It's a nice size watch. I believe it's 38 millimeters. Let's see, how can I measure this here now? Yes, basically 38. Has a longer lug to lug though. So let me take this off, be a little easier. Trying to get used to this new setup here. The overhead, great. Need some fine tuning here because it's falling apart on me. Anyway, lug to lug. It's pretty long at 46. Pretty long for the size of the watch. 47. Sorry about that. So it's a nice watch, nice size. Really appreciated wearing it. It's nice and light, actually. $57 grams. Thickness on this thing with the NATO strap, 16.5. Actually, it reminds me of an issue I have with this watch. Let me put it back on here for a minute. So at work I always wear a long sleeve shirt, and notice that this watch likes to not go underneath the cuff very easily. So a lot of times I'd look down on my wrist and it's like this. That's because of the thickness of the NATO strap, the sleeve getting underneath there. So I think what I'll like to do is put a two-piece strap on this. Actually, I have another bracelet here I was going to try and put on here, which reminds me of something else. This is supposed to be 18 millimeter lug width, and it's not. It's pretty close, but it's not actually 18 millimeters. 17.7. So I bought these 18 millimeter mesh bracelet to put on there. 17.8. So may not sound like much, but definitely enough of a difference that it wouldn't fit in here. So I'm thinking about filing these down and see if I can get it to fit on here. So kind of give you an idea what that would look like, maybe something like that. So anyway, so we can zoom in and show you this thing in action. So this is a mechanical hand wind watch, made in China. 19 Zan, it means 19 joules. Zongo, I think, is a city. I looked that up, couldn't really find too much on that. But anyway, you can see how fast this thing snaps back. Watch this. Don't blink. It snaps back pretty quick. I'll show you the movement on this. One of the highlights of this watch is seeing the movement, which is why I don't like the NATO strap necessarily. It blocks the nice movement. So you can get an idea here how far out the spring bar is on this, those long lugs. So there's the movement. It's real cool looking. Has some Chinese characters on the case back there, with that see-through case back. This will be the model number, I think, ST1901. I also would like to mention this has an acrylic crystal. Like I said, I wear a shirt, a long sleeve shirt most of the time, so it's protected usually. Didn't realize it was this dusty. I'm sure there's some scratches on it, but nothing too crazy yet. So here I'll activate the stopwatch. You'll see this right here, it'll move and engages that center wheel. And also it has a column wheel down here. So you can see there's two gears engaged now. When I stop it, they should disengage. That stops the center second hand, and then this will reset it. So this watch is it's been a joy to wear. I don't regret buying it. I actually bought this used a few years ago. I would just wear it like one day a week kind of thing, or once a month. So I like the mix of the gold, and the silver. In this lighting, it's real nice and easy to read, but when it's not this bright, it's not so easy to read. But I don't really use the watch to tell time all that often anyway. So that's it in a nutshell. Thanks for tuning in again. Actually, I'll give you another wrist shot here, so you get a better idea of how it looks on my 6.5-inch wrist. I may put a leather strap on this. I think the leather will squeeze in there. Just need to find an 18mm leather strap. So there it is on my 6.5-inch wrist. Zoom out to give you a little better perspective here. It winds real nice too. Don't have any issues with winding it. So, all right. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys next week.